that mean I go ahead and move that body.
Listen, man, it's your boy Crypto Heavy coming to you live. I want to say thank you to all my subscribers that's out there who's been following the journey. To all the new crypto investors, welcome to the channel. This channel was built around trying to get people the best understanding as a new crypto investor. So if you're an OG, I appreciate the support, but more or less for people who don't really know exactly what they're doing, I just want some tips and some different tricks that I've learned as me personally being a newer investor, kind of the things that I've seen on my journey that could have helped me if I knew better. Sometimes watching influencers that's been in the game for X amount of years, it's a little bit harder to really pinpoint the beginning for them, and how that looks for somebody who is just starting out DCing in a small position into certain cryptocurrencies, and kind of how that looks for you as a new investor versus somebody that's been in for 6-7 years and had a few bull cycles. Today I want to talk about the market, because right now, as you can see, the market is pretty much at neutral, and I want to say that, like, for anybody who came in 2025, especially if you are an XRP investor, which is what I dominantly am, an XRP investor. The key thing that I want to keep in mind for you guys is that the news that you're hearing today versus the news that we heard maybe even 8 months to a year ago is totally different, right? So, like, it's very bullish, very positive. I've been through the last 3+ years in a bear market where Ripple is getting sued as a company, XRP is getting thrashed in the price action, really not getting any momentum. The news that you hear as far as like the traditional news channels is very negative towards crypto. The last administration absolutely hated crypto, so they tried to kill it as much as they could. SEC suing projects that are legitimate projects, and just a plethora of different negative spins on how crypto is nefarious and used for money laundering and child pornography and all these other crazy, ridiculous things. And I'm not saying that it may not, right? But the majority of the crypto investors and people that are invested in crypto are just everyday retail people looking for an opportunity to be able to get a piece of the pie. That's it. So if you're a newer investor, welcome, because you are in for a treat based off of the cycles in the market and how it's trending upward with positive legislation, positive administration in office, positive SEC, positive Treasury. It's just very much a different environment than when I first entered the crypto space. It was very much a huge anxiety for me, specifically just because I'm like, I'm putting money into this, is it ever going to do? But you got that dream that one day this could take you out of whatever situation you're currently in and put you in a better spot. If you watched my previous videos, you saw that, I got into it based off of somebody that I worked with. I saw them go through the Bullrun in 2017, and I witnessed them gaining a ton of money off of Bitcoin and Ethereum. Not knowing anything about either one of those two things at that time. He also talked to me about XRP, saying it's going to be the next big thing. I put a few dollars into it, didn't touch it again. I say that to say that, like, the euphoria of, like, you having this crazy amount of money is kind of what draws people into, like, the crypto market. What I will say is that if you are in it for, like, a Pop-Tart type of thing where it's like you in and out, you think you're going to make millions of dollars, probably not the market for you. You could probably want to hit the casino or something like that. This is literally a long-term hold. For anybody that's an investor, you want to definitely have a thesis around how you want to invest, and also how long you plan on holding if the price don't hit the targets that you're looking for. Now, in this cycle for 2025, all the expert and TA and analysts and influencers has been in the game for a long time said that this cycle looks more like a 2017, not a 2021. I don't know because I wasn't in either one of those cycles. So this is my first bull run. So that fear of like, oh, am I too early, too late? I really don't have it because I don't know what to expect. I'm literally just riding the wave and seeing what's going to happen. Now, I do listen to those experts and those people who've been here before me, but this cycle has already proven that it's a different kind of cycle. This is the first cycle that we actually had a positive administration in office, for one. This is the first time that we had legislation like the Genius Act and the Clarity Act in Senate and House, and looking like a potentially that they're going to actually be able to pass those in 2025. This is the first time that we had a positive SEC, a positive Treasury. This is the first time that we had actual adoption being told to us in real time. Like before, the videos and the people that I used to watch, it was like connecting dots to see if this technology was going to be used, if this protocol was in this kind of document and this protocol was in this document and this tied to this company, and you know, it was this whole like speculation of like potentially this could happen, but it was nothing ever said that was like, yep, this is happening. This company came out and said they got a partnership. It was nothing like that. In the last 2 months, we've seen X amount of partnerships for some of our favorite cryptos, XRP included, HBAR, XLM, Algorand, Cardano, Ethereum, Solana. Like you just see so many different blockchain technologies, companies being utilized. And now institutions are coming out, governments are coming out saying, yep, we're using it. Yes, we are partnering with this company, and they proud of it. And they happy about it because they see the innovation and they know it's how it's going to change their life. It's going to change their business structure and how they make money. They already see it, but they already knew that. But due to the fact that the government was fighting it so hard to not let the incumbents get taken over and become the next best blockbuster, they was fighting it. When we know what it is when we see these governments suing companies that have real leadership behind it, these companies that actually got a real thesis of what the future is going to be and how it's going to disrupt the current, you know, incumbents, and they don't like that. And the incumbents in this case is banks, central banks, institutions that do anything with finance. They didn't know how to get a piece of the pie. They couldn't get a piece of the pie because the government was so negative towards it, as well as, you know, the Fed didn't want to have nothing to do with it. The Treasury didn't want to have nothing to do with it. Now that we have positive reinforcements in the office, you see these companies coming out saying that they got these partnerships and how long they've been working with them. They was keeping it real hush-hush, but now they coming out telling us that, yes, we have partnerships with this company or that company, and that's super bullish. So going into this cycle, it's totally different because the president of the United States is bullish on crypto. Okay. The SEC, the Treasury, the Fed is even turning his hand over, saying like, hey, banks can start custody in crypto. They can start doing, you know, X, Y, and Z. Basically, they can catch up to some of the exchanges that's already been out so that they have a fair shake at being able to utilize crypto like some of these other exchanges and companies that's already been in the game. So you look at Robinhood. Robinhood has been having a lot of moves towards crypto, and that's not by coincidence. That's because crypto is a $3 trillion market cap right now. That's it. This $3 trillion is a baby. It's in its infancy stage. And you think the experts are saying that it can potentially get to 15 trillion by 2026, 2027, 30 trillion by 2030. Now, Bitcoin is about 2.2 trillion of that 3 trillion market cap. But all those altcoins are fighting for position, XRP included. So if we talking going from 3 to 15, and then from 15 to 30, by 2030, we talking about 5 years from now. These companies are trying to get into the game. They're trying to make sure that they can get all they can get out of it so that they can make sure that they position themselves so they can be well prepared for the future. And I think that the stalling of this market, the stalling of this bull run, this cycle, is because of that. We should have already been in some kind of price action. And the fact that we not is because they are manipulating the market. That's the only thing I can see, is that it's a manipulation phase that they're going through right now because they want the incumbents to have an opportunity to pack their bags before they let retail FOMO in. So the people that's already been here, the crypto holders, I salute you because you already ahead of the game. But it's for all the other retail, because it's only 7%. 7% that's a crypto investor. 7 in the world. 7. So 93% of the people don't even deal with crypto, don't invest in it, don't understand it, don't have a portfolio, don't have an exchange or wallet. 7% is invested in crypto, and this is a $3 trillion market cap that could potentially go to 30 trillion. Lord, isn't that? I mean, it should blow your mind. It's exciting. Like, it's one of those things where you like. I try to tell everybody, but everybody don't listen. So at this point, they gonna probably get FOMO'd into this end of this cycle. So we in July. So we already 7 months into the year of 2025, which is supposed to be the bull run of the bull runs, right? The cycle of all cycles. I don't know. I can't tell you because we ain't there yet. But what I can tell you is that we still early. What I can tell you is that be patient, because the experts are telling us what it is, but we know that the market is being manipulated. What I can say is that by the end of 2025, 5 months from now, it should be some price action. We have a ton of things coming out in July that's going to be very bullish for the market. ISO 222, 2022, y'all know the ISO 20020002. That is going to be taking effect for the Fed on the 14th of July. Banks have up to November to get fully integrated. No pushbacks, no X, Y, and Z's. Got to be fully integrated by November. That's bullish. For the ETFs of XRP, Solana, Cardano, and some few other altcoins, it's up to October. The no end date is October. They can't push it back no further than October. Very bullish. And then we have the Fed potentially cutting rates because of the poor job market, because of inflation being at a very low rate, and because Trump is putting pressure on them. Very bullish for crypto. And then we have legislation, which they're trying to get pushed the Genius Act by August to the president's desk. And then they said by September for the Clarity Act. Very bullish for crypto. So we have catalysts that's coming. And it's around the same time. If you think about it, it's October, November-ish time frame where a lot of the things is going to come into place. It's going to be very good for the market. They just manipulating the market right now. Be patient. Your time will come. DCA in continuously while you got these cheap rates, and be ready to pull profits. Your needs, your profits. That's going to make your family in a better situation going forward. You know, everybody's situation is different. So, but that's just a little breakdown for, you know, the newbies. So, you know, go touch some grass, spend time with your family, relax. The time is coming, but right now, the market manipulation is at an all-time high. If you guys enjoyed this content, please come back and join the channel again. I appreciate all the new supporters again and everybody that's rocking with your boy. Crypto Heavy out.